I timed that bite of Built Bar very poorly.
That was a very poor time to Built Bar.
Quick cover for me.
There's never a poor time for a Built Bar, except when you're about to start recording.
And what are you about to record? Episode 22 of Settling the Southlands.
As a reminder for folks who didn't remember from listening to the last episode, Dan did say that I was able to re-roll after he said before you roll, and like I'm very grateful for it. That's why he's a good GM, is because he lets me do these things.
Correct.
He's
Nice.
animus.
It was not a legal roll, as Dan had already called the episode.
No,
closure.
Tim, hand me that mug. The mug. The mug. No, you rolled last episode. I said we're going to find out what that roll was.
No, he did not roll
This
this episode because the episode was already complete.
You didn't play the music yet.
I mean, the music's still playing now.
In my head.
You just turned it way down.
No,
It's going forever.
yeah, it's going a long time.
But yeah, we had a typical Skaven buffoonery, even though he was supposed to be really good at what he did. And yeah, so there's that cloud of poisonous gas on the field now. And Heinrik is trying to block or whatever. I think you said you were going to use weapon skill.
Yeah.
To try to deflect this punch dagger attack at you.
And there's poison gas.
No, death gas.
That should be illegal. That's not going to draw blood.
Yeah. Well, you know, when Heinrich throws cheese at the feet of the Skaven fighter and just makes him so insanely angry.
Because he had a really good leadership role that got the crowd yelling, "Big Mouse eats cheese."
It really didn't stop any of us from helping him. Even if he'd rolled poorly, we all would have changed it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just to check in, like before we talk about the outcome of that roll that I made, is there any chance you could like spot me, like, I want to say 85 advances to melee fencing?
85 advances, that's what you need?
Yeah.
No.
You
You've got an experience. You should have spent it.
Or use a point.
Yeah, you gave me enough experience to get 85 advances, right?
No, I'm saying you already spent your experience, I would hope.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Can I whack him with a slingshot from the stands? How frowned upon is that?
No, no, no.
I think that he would not be okay with it.
I mean, I still have unspent experience. I can lend it to him for now. I've got 300. Go.
Are you saying you rolled an 85 or did you fail by 85? You couldn't fail by 85.
Failed. I did fail by, I needed 85 in order to beat 5 success levels from the opponent.
Oh, right.
So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to spend a corruption.
Ooh.
Nice.
Heinrich's going to whisper to the dark, or beseech the dark gods. Yeah.
Well,
I love it.
oh, that is me missing the roll by 1.
Again?
So that is,
Oh, it was really bad before.
yeah, it was catastrophically bad. Now it's just a -1 or -0 success levels.
All right. So this could be real bad for Heinrich. So first up,
He grows a second toe.
we're going to roll a new D100 to see where you actually got hit.
You muted yourself
4.
again.
He stabs you in the head.
I'm definitely going to burn some armor for this. And I do have fine full light armor, so I do have 1 AP on my head.
Okay.
It basically worked like a bicycle helmet. It does nothing now after 1 impact. But
Fair.
mission accomplished.
Does it make
Yeah.
a nice crunching sound that bike helmets make?
It mostly just makes a yelping nobleman going, "Oh!" That's the sound it seems to be making.
Wow. Very specific to the helmet.
So I want to double check exactly how using your armor points works. Where I believe you still take the damage from the crit, but not the effects. And now I can't find it. Is it in the armor section? I thought it was right with the critical hits. We've looked this up a bunch of times, but I just want to double check exactly how it's worded. All right, critical deflection. If you suffer a critical wound from an incoming attack on a location protected by armor, you can choose to let your armor be damaged by 1 AP in order to ignore the critical wound. You still suffer all normal wounds, and given your APs are now 1 point lower, you probably suffer an extra wound, but you avoid the critical wound effects as the blow is absorbed by your now damaged armor. So I'm going to roll on the critical table to see how much damage the crit does, but you won't suffer any of the effects of the crit. And then there was still the successful attack.
For the listeners at home, Heinrik only has 2 toughness bonus.
All right, so it was in the arm, right? Or we said it was the head?
No, you said it was the head.
Mm-hmm.
And that my helmet split like a bike helmet.
Right. So I rolled a 64 for that, so that would be 3 damage.
Okay.
And you don't reduce that. Not modified by toughness or armor.
All right.
And then
I'm down to...
So that happens immediately. So you lose all your advantage, of course. And then the actual roll was an 11, and that was 5 success levels. And you had how many negative?
I had -0.
Okay, so it's 5 plus punch dagger's not a terribly dangerous. It doesn't do a ton of damage. It is fast also, though, which is why we've kind of just been going back and forth in initiative here. And make sure it doesn't have any other properties, because it is a Skaven weapon. You never know what these things do. So I had 5 success levels, plus strength bonus, of course, but only +1, which is pretty lucky for Heinrik. So that's 5, 6. You take 11 damage to the head.
Oh,
Which isn't that bad.
Is that more than 1?
But I get toughness reduction on that, right?
Yes, but not
Cool,
armor because it broke.
Cool. I'm only at -1 wound then.
Oh no. So you suffer another critical hit.
Oh, this was 2 counts that this rat man was not supposed to try to kill people, and he did it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Skaven assassin. He's a cheater.
He's gonna get Heinrik is going to.
You should be disqualified for that little orb of death smoke.
The corpse of Heinrik is going to win this round by default.
Oh,
Disqualification.
No. I rolled high. You suffer from a concussive blow. Your brain rattles in your skull as blood spurts from your nose and ears. I'm sorry, Heinrik, you already lost. Take 1 deafened, 2 bleeding, and D10 stunned conditions, which will be 4. Gain a fatigue condition that lasts for 10 days, the maximum.
Good Lord.
If you receive another critical wound to your head while suffering from a fatigue condition, make an average endurance test or also go unconscious. Oof.
Huh.
So this went from real silly, goofy fun to you just got stabbed in the head almost to death.
Yeah. So okay, so I've got 10 days of fatigued. What are the other conditions and how long do they last?
I don't know why I just closed the book. That was silly.
No idea. All I really know is there are no screens for Heinrik. He's not allowed.
Right?
I think it's fairly safe to say that Heinrik fails every check from here on out for the rest of the day, probably.
Because you're also a little buzzed from that wine you drank.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a little drunk probably cushioned the blow because he was not tensed up against it, yes. His skull was significantly more pliable than it normally would have been upon an impact like this.
It's canonically, Heinrik's skull is just a little bit soft like a baby's. That's where the toughness 2 comes in.
I believe it. All right, so I copied it to the chat real quick so we can all see what exactly this does, but I'll read it one more time. You take 1 deafened, 2 bleeding, and I rolled D10, or I rolled a 10 on the stun condition, so you are stunned 10. You gain a fatigue condition that, no, it was 4. It was
I was gonna
10.
say,
I rolled maximum for the days you are fatigued from this.
Mm.
And if you take another critical wound to the head over these 10 days, you'll immediately go unconscious as well. Deafen's not a huge deal. Stun's not that big of a deal right now because you're going to be done with combat, but you are bleeding 2, and you are below 0, so you are laying prone on the ground, unconscious, bleeding to death.
Well, he is bleeding outwardly, so the fight's over.
Yes.
Hopefully. We'll see what this angry little rat man does.
Yeah, so
That's true. You did piss him off.
those of you in the stand see this go down. This Skaven just punches Heinrik in the head, but with daggers on either side of his hand. And Heinrik just goes like limp and collapses to the ground, and you see a pool of blood coming from his temple. And the Skaven just stands over him and spits on him, and then turn around and walks away.
That's rude.
Heinrik, no!
How Liliana is very quiet. How far down is the sand pit? Because this is an arena wall.
It's like there's like a 4-foot wall around it. It's not, the arena itself isn't like down
Oh, it isn't
further.
like, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a sunken or not.
Nah. And you see the crowd like goes quiet at this, and they're like everybody's stunned to silence because Heinrich, for all intents and purposes, looks dead.
I don't know what to do here.
Jump in the wall.
All right, so we're gonna go into initiative rounds for everybody here. We'll start at the top. The Skaven just went. Its initiative is incredibly high, but he's just walking away. So who's got the? I don't remember our initiative order here. Who's got the highest after 60?
What's the initiative on the thing?
I.
Just the I.
I'm 34.
That's not me. I'm 32.
22.
Maybe it is me. Oh, wait. Vicious.
What's Heinrich's? I know he's usually acts out of order, but obviously he's not using his fast weapon now.
So Heinrich is normally at 37, so he's pretty quick.
Oh no. That means you go before anybody else here. And by your turn, by you go, I mean, I have to roll to see if you die from your bleeding
Oh
conditions.
my God.
I've got 8 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily. So you are bleeding 2. You are unconscious at 0 wounds. So you have a 20% chance to bleed to death. I'm not going to roll the dice of doom, death, and destruction. I'm going to be a little nice.
Oh, a little.
Yeah, just a little.
After stabbing him in the head, you'll be nice. That's cool.
I can't help that I rolled an 11.
Yes, you can.
That was with the dice of doom, death, and destruction, though. Just
You knew.
because. So if I roll, I have to roll a, what would be a 21 or higher would be 20%, because double zeros is
100.
100. What is
rolling
it?
1 to 20?
20 or less.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, the 69.
Okay.
Ugh.
So
I did not
Heinrich-
know how to take that facial expression at first.
I was going to say, Dan woke up this morning and he chose violence.
Heinrich is still bleeding, but you did not bleed to death yet. Not bleeding that quickly. I believe Bethen is next.
Oh my goodness, I'm on my way. And she makes her way down.
Hop the wall.
No. Nope. I'm not falling into that trap.
It's 4 feet.
We're about to have 2 corpses in this arena if she does
Famous
this.
last words.
I would allow you to hop over a 4-foot wall without rolling a
Would you?
test.
Even if you're only 4 feet tall?
No, use this. This could be canon now. We can use
Yep,
this in
okay.
the future.
All right, I'm going to hop this wall. 'cause the
Precedent has
DM
been
said I
set.
could.
4 feet
Yes.
is safe.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
You heard it here first.
Just roll an athletics test. Let's see what
I'm
happens.
not. No. Nope. You said I could do it. I'm doing it. I'm going to roll it just for fun.
She's not Mina, but she has decent athletics, right?
No.
No, she jumped that wall and you said she was safe, therefore she's
Yep.
safe.
Therefore, I'm safe.
So if you were like pushed and you fell 4 feet, we might roll for damage there, but you are controlled hopping over a wall. I'm not going to have that do damage to you.
It's canon now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll get it on a t-shirt.
So you can run over to Heinrich. That's just your move. We'll say he's within a run would be 16 yards, right?
Yeah.
And you can try a heal test to remove these bleeding conditions.
Okay.
So on a success, you remove 1, and the additional success levels can remove the rest.
All right, I have 5 success levels.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so Heinrich is no longer bleeding to death.
Wonderful.
You patch it, you stop the bleeding real quick. Do you have anything for that specifically?
What do you mean, do I have anything for that?
Like, do you have anything you want
I have suture stuff.
Okay.
If he's
Suture in his
bleeding.
brain.
so you slap a suture on there,
I mean, if there's
Bam!
daggers in his head, so
with the
Smack.
momentum.
literally smack.
You
the
could have
bone.
won this, blood flicker.
So that means my bleeding conditions are both gone?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I'm only stunned, fatigued, and deafened.
Perfect.
Heinrich is going to be the biggest baby for 10 days.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many booba bears.
So we don't have to stay in initiative at this point. It was really just to see if he died before Bethen could heal him. I assumed that was going to happen, unless there's anything particular the other two want to do before this round is over.
Yes, I'm crying a foul to referees or tournament organizers.
Or Mafuta.
Mafuta, what is this?
So as the shock of this settles in a bit in the crowd, you hear a lot of the same. People are angry in the crowd. Very obvious things are getting thrown at the Skaven as he just stalks away. He's not even
Kill him.
trying to move
Oh,
quickly.
If I was Mina, Skaven would be so dead.
Right? You'd be chasing him down instead of saving Heinrich.
Yep.
I brought my goat to the first blood one because it's more family friendly. This is not family friendly.
I brought my goat because it's family friendly. Oh my god.
That's incredible.
So as you guys are Bethen is treating Heinrich, and you guys are yelling about stuff. A few humans come over and help carry Heinrich out of the arena. At the end of the round, Heinrich can make a endurance test to see if he can get rid of some of these stun conditions. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're already unconscious.
Remember, my toughness is in the toilet.
Yeah.
I have 3 negative success levels for that endurance check.
Right. So, I mean, you don't know anyway.
I'm sorry. 4. I don't lose toughness for the alcohol.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, that turned around quick with one die roll. Went from, oh, this is kind of silly. This Skaven is really goofy. And then he stabs you in the face.
Yes, we all circled right back to bad GM. This is very fun
Yeah,
for everyone
I know.
I
here.
figure I'd give you a
One
few
game-
moments of
one game
levity
of
there
laughter.
and then almost kill somebody. Still didn't use a fate point.
It was a lie.
And corruption.
Yes.
That's right. What's
Actually,
Heinrich at
2 fate
now?
points. I don't really know if that's a personal question, Dan.
Didn't you start
Nah,
with a Tom for some reason, too?
It's actually not that personal of a question because I need to roll for mutation if I exceed my toughness plus my willpower, correct?
Right.
Well, that has occurred at 5 corruption.
You have 5 already?
The thing is that's not all that many corruptions.
many.
It's just he's already mutating. He's very, oh no.
He may or may not mutate. We don't know yet.
Wait, so what's your willpower bonus?
2.
Your willpower bonus is also 2?
My willpower is 24 and my toughness is 23.
Where are all your points?
Fellowship.
It's not a lack of spending. I
Is
took
it?
the dice in the order I rolled them.
Yep.
Yeah, he
But
just
my
rolled
best roll-
bad.
My best roll is a 37 on fellowship, and my second best is a 32.
Wow.
I mean, 37's great, but
Yeah, my starting stats are almost all garbage.
oh
Man.
my gosh. And corruption is based off of endurance again. So, all right. So as they're pulling you away, carrying you away, it is I'm going to say this is going to be a challenging endurance test because this last corruption, actually, well, let's make it a challenging cool test because the last corruption you got was from beseeching the dark gods, as opposed to like an outside source mutating you.
That's 3 negative success levels on a cool check.
I wasn't sure if that was better for you or
He's
not.
drunk and
It's willpower
unconscious.
based, so it is 1 better, not 1 success level, 1 number.
All right, you're a little lucky. I rolled a mental mutation. So typically there's a little bit less chance of you needing to resilience that away. I'm going to bring up my expanded tables from the Empire in Shadows.
Yes.
Maybe
companion.
this discussion is going to make Heinrich selfish and unaware of other people's feelings.
Yes, this will destroy all of Heinrich's empathy.
Wow.
He'll be a completely
Is it
different person.
Does that count as mutation then, if it's just himself?
Let's see. In Gapapa, it's more obvious what KS gods are kind of going after which characters. In this case, I'm just going to roll on the any power table. This could be just about anything here. I'm looking at physical. I should probably go to the mental table since I said that's what I rolled.
You have a mental tentacle now.
Mental mutations.
Magical.
Okay. Interesting. Oh. Okay. So I rolled hateful impulses.
Ooh.
You now you're subject to animosity to all not of your species.
Oh my God.
Anything other than humans you have animosity towards.
So what does animosity do?
He hates his own party. Except-
everyone
Oh my
but
God.
Bethen.
Oh my God.
He's gonna not like us anymore.
Oh, he's not going to
Oh
like
my God, the
goat.
bathtub bandit is going to get mauled.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
All right, so real quick, animosity. You harbor an enmity for the target, which anybody not human, which will normally be a group of creatures. You must attempt a psychology test whenever you encounter the group. If you pass, you may grumble and spit, but only suffer a -20 to all fellowship tests towards that group. Should you fail, you are subject to animosity. At the end of every subsequent round, you may attempt another psychology test to bring the animosity to an end. If you do not, the effects of animosity naturally come to an end when all members of the specified group in your line of sight are utterly pacified or gone, or you gain the stunned or unconscious condition, or you become subject to another psychology. When subject to animosity, you must immediately attack the disagreeable creatures, either socially, with insults, jibes, and similar, or physically, as appropriate. You also gain a bonus of +1 success level on any attempts to socially or mentally attack the group. Animosity is overridden by fear or terror.
Can he use like a fate point to not take that?
He can use a resilience point to not suffer the mutation.
Wow, yeah, what a mental mutation to roll inside a metropolis filled with every color of every
Seriously.
flavor.
Right?
Yeah.
How
Oh
perfect
my
is that?
God.
Yes.
And like you said, the party is half not human, so
Does it count? Does vicious count?
Vicious is not human. My goat is not human. This is very bad.
Just to kind of check in on this with my decision making. So I can satisfy the animosity by just using cruel insults.
yes.
It kind of tracks,
I mean,
yeah.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really that far off base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not. It's
the-
right in character for him to just like.
The good news is no one can understand your language either.
Hmm.
He's thinking about taking it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta full send it, you know?
I know that one. It just
Why
it
not?
jives so well. Like
Yeah.
I feel
No,
like
you
I
know
could
what?
verbally
Like,
attack.
I do think that I am going to spend that resilience just because, like, Heinrich, I feel like if I push him any further, he's going to, like, leave the territory of funny mean and enter the territory of mean.
Yeah.
For sure.
valid.
So what does that bring you to for resilience spending that?
Oh, just one.
One left or that's it?
One remaining. I started with 2 resilience.
Okay. So you didn't mutate. So don't reduce your corruption at all. So next time you gain another corruption, we'll have to do the process over. But whew.
That was wild.
Yeah.
So while you're
Hey.
unconscious, you're having these like weird fever dreams of berating your party members because they're not human, and then you kind of get over it. Whew. All right. So a couple of people carry Heinrich's body to like a triage center. Bethen, you're kind of over him, making
Oh,
sure
yeah.
he seems obviously not in good shape. But you figure pretty luckily he didn't breathe in any of that weird gas that's slowly dispersing on the battlefield. Does anybody watch the last semifinal round?
I'm rabble rousing as much as Gerty can rabble rouse.
Uh,
Why is no one doing anything about this?
Liliana-
That guy's could have hurt people in the audience. He tried to kill a man twice. He tried to kill himself. What are we doing here?
Tried to kill himself. You're not wrong. Liliana's just gonna smack Gertie and be like, "We're gonna take matters into our own hands."
Yes.
She's gonna try and stalk off the way the Skaven went.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
She wants
yeah.
to see where he's going.
Let's have animosity towards this rat.
I'm going to lock eyes with Liliana and I'm going to say, put him on your pole.
I already said it loudly.
Furious.
So.
She's seething
Mm.
with anger.
This is like the most hurt somebody's, like the most danger somebody's been in for dying, right? Like,
Nobody hurts
Bethen-
people in this party except for walls and waterfalls.
Yeah.
That's
you guys-
It's
it.
a waterfall because it's a cliff
We're-
wall, you know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not
Liliana
outside forces.
is gonna straight up stalk it as much as she can.
All right. So you try to like you so the where the fighters are coming out from is obviously like the ground level where you guys were in the stands where like the food stalls and whatnot were up top.
Mhm.
So if you try to get down to where the fighters are, there are like guards that just don't let you in because you weren't part of the fight.
That's fine. It has to come out sometime.
If you
Yeah.
want to attempt like a stealth test, if you want to try to sneak your way in,
Is there only one exit for the fighters?
yeah, you're not sure at this point because you can't get past. Like they like stopped you like at a doorway,
Mm.
and they're like, no, only combatants only. Or you don't even know what they say. They say something to you, and they just kind of put their hand out like, nope.
Yes, turkey soup.
There's more than Gertie. If there's more than one door and it gets out from the other side, I'm gonna be mad.
This is a big place. It probably has many doors. And he is very sneaky.
Yeah, that black
I-
cloak and all that.
I don't understand why Malfuta not dealing with him.
You do if you guys are out there. So Gertie's still out like in the arena area, right?
Yes.
You do see that Mafuta's not at his like balcony at this point,
Okay, this is good. He's
and the other
probably
fighters
hungry.
haven't come out yet. Normally they would by now.
All right.
The death globe smoke is slowly dissipating.
Mm.
I'm going to make my way to be with Liliana too, so she is not alone.
Says you guys, so Bethen is kind of watching over Heinrik, and
Mhm.
Liliana and Gertie are trying to follow the Skaven. You do hear Mafuta again from the balcony a few minutes later. Again, you don't know what he's saying, but you hear the crowd is kind of like not super excited about what he's saying. They're just kind of like, and then you hear him like introducing again, and you hear
Dwarves, dwarves. Go ask the
Garagun.
dwarves what he said.
Oh, yes.
You hear
yes.
Garagun name, and you hear the name of One-Eyed Jekyll.
One-eyed Jekyll.
You knew that was going to be the next fight, so
Wow, wow,
it seems like things are moving on.
No, seriously, if he gave an announcement, the dwarves know what he said.
Yes. Yes. So
Like,
you're
maybe?
staying here?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the door.
I think you're not going to be, make any hasty decisions, no?
No,
Okay.
she's lying through her teeth.
Okay. Because we are... Okay. I believe her.
Because it's not hasty. It is well established what she's going to do.
Oh, yes.
no hasty
So
decision.
she's not
made.
lying. She's just twisting the truth.
Naughty's gonna... Naughty. Gertie's going to think about it real quick and be like, yeah, okay. And he'll make his way back into the arena.
Are you going to talk to those dwarves?
Yes.
All right. They tell you that Mofuta announced that this is the new championship bout. That
Okay.
Stab has been disqualified for using the death globe. Clearly, like that is trying to kill people. Like that's not the spirit of this. Like if he wanted to use that to the death match, still not really. It's like frowned upon.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
not-
Using
it's
a
not
weapon
sporting.
like that, but it would be more acceptable than here. So he's been disqualified, and there's like basically like kind of all hands on deck try to find him. He disappeared as soon as he re-entered the underside of the arena.
Mm,
So these two guys fighting are now determining who's the winner for today.
gotcha. Okay. Where, tell me, Bartleby and Brisket,
Berta and Barden.
what normally happens has this happened before in these type of bouts? Is there some type of civilian justice that gets these people just walk around? Yes, not all of them have retinues like the lizard man with his posse.
Yeah, well, I mean, every once in a while, something like what happened to your pal there with that stab goes through and people don't get up. But that gas attack is it's not what these fights are about. It's about who's better at stabbing, usually.
Right.
So, but yeah, sometimes accidents happen. But yeah, him using that was just not cool.
Tell me, people seem to not really like him all that much. He's like kind of bad guy.
Stab?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He has been in these bouts before many times.
yeah, he usually fights in the death matches. He's real good at it.
Really?
But First Blood, he's real quick. He tends to do real well, but I've never seen him do that before.
Does he have retinue? I mean, someone that performs very well in death matches being around this long seems pretty amicable.
I don't know. The Skaven often keep to themselves here in the city. There's a few about. They're generally treated
Just like
everybody else. There are rumblings that there's more of them underneath the city, of course.
Well, yeah.
And there's supposed to be another group of them to the northeast. But for the most part, here, they're not so bad. Obviously, as dwarves, we're not a fan. They do attack the Carrick here and there.
Yes.
But we can't do anything about it while we're in the city with Mafuta. So we just kind of tolerate them best we can. But this seems very underhanded Skaven typical behavior.
Yes. Has Mafuta ever had to intervene in the First Blood bouts before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had to with your friend there against that orc. He would have kept going. Sometimes they get that battle lust. They especially them savage orcs there. They get a little too into it for First Blood, but they usually listen to Mafuta. He's real loud.
Hey, let me ask you. It gets kind of a little off topic, but is there a common language here that most of the people in the city speak, or is it kind of is that why people keep to themselves?
Mafuta's kind of made the ogre language of the unofficial language of the city, even though there's not many of them. But he mostly speaks his own ogre tongue.
Do other people follow suit? Do they learn ogre to help with Mafuta? Or?
Most of us know a little bit. It's kind of become a mishmash of ogre and the orcish tongue and even a few dwarven words in there.
Okay, well,
except the Chakma, they only ever talk their own language.
Yeah, I could see that, and it's good that they root their language in Dwarvish, and Kazali.
A little bit of
very strong legs. So, okay, that's super great. Thank you. Bye.
Good luck to your friend there.
Yes, he'll need it. Do they provide medical attention to people that are hurt in these types of things, or are they kind of on their own? It's what they sign up for.
Yeah, they kind of assume you got somebody with you. Most people don't enter it totally on their own.
Good thing Bethen's here.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Heinrik would have been a lot more trouble if he didn't have somebody with heal.
I'm not gonna heal the shit out of him.
Wait, no, the Skaven was the heal. So, don't do that to him. But okay, thank you guys.
And by the time you're done talking with them, the fight is over, and Garrigan, the Insatiable, has won.
That's not really a surprise.
Yes. So
he would have gone up against the Skaven, but he seems to have disappeared.
What was Sexy Whip Man hurt at all, or
not badly? You see him clutching his arm; he's bleeding from his upper arm.
His primary arm or his secondary arm?
His left arm, so his secondary arm.
Oh, good. Okay. He still whips very well, probably.
I'm far away from you. Liliana knows nothing about what you said.
Oh, that's true.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not watching any of it at this point.
No.
You don't know that the Skaven seems to be gone either.
No, she doesn't.
So what happens now? After this is Champion of Days, do there more games later, or do they continue with something else?
So yeah, after First Blood today, they'll have they're gonna do some to the death as well, since Sana is here. At least a challenge bout. Every once in a while, somebody challenges him.
Yeah, so it seems people be very confident to challenge him.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any beast battles on record for today.
I gotcha. Okay, thank you so much. I'll go find my friend Liliana now.
Okay.
Come on, goat.
Got you had to go with you.
So as Gerty's talking to those people, what others want to be doing?
I'm sitting with Heinrik. He's unconscious or he's conscious?
He is unconscious. Because
Right.
when he was bleeding, you had to either heal the bleeding conditions or heal wounds.
Okay.
So we're in a familiar spot. We've been in Gapapa where you can't treat him again until like the next day or until there's a new instance of
Okay.
things to heal.
Unless
you have other means. If you have any
Yeah, so just
herbs or whatever.
just hurt me again so that you can heal me.
I was thinking the same thing. Just nick his scalp, so his witch hunter's hat can't fit.
And get out a scalpel, cut him, and then heal him.
Right.
I mean, if Liliana gets there, she'll probably kick him a good one.
Right. I mean, I do have a healing draft that I could give to him. If
I
he
think
drink
those-
that when he's unconscious.
I think those only work if you have not 0 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to be able to drink it.
You're right. That makes sense.
We got no IVs.
Consensual.
Yes.
Consensual drinking.
Can I do like 1 wound and then heal him, or is that gonna put him back to a bleeding condition?
I mean, it would be a critical hit
Then never mind. That's silly.
because he's at 0.
Just do it somewhere he has armor. It's fine.
I'm just gonna hurt his armor.
Yeah, healing jet. If you have more than 0 wounds, recover your toughness bonus
I'm
immediately.
gonna punch him in the chest plate. And then
CPR.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I guess I'll go over to where like the other people, the other like champions or whatever are, and see if like any of them have healers with them who could come. Because I can't heal him, but somebody else can. Right? Or is it all heal checks?
Right, yeah, he just needs some time.
Yeah, because effectively he was bleeding brains out of his head and you
Right.
stopped that. He probably
Yeah.
just needs bed rest now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do my best to make him comfortable. Cool damp cloth on his forehead. I'll clean him up because he's not going to want to wake up covered in blood.
Yeah. Oh no.
You know,
You do see One-Eyed Jekyll coming in, clutching his arm that's
Mm.
bleeding.
I'll I'm like wiping Heinrik's face, and I'll look over and say, I would be happy to help with that if you need it when I'm done here.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Get you up quick.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I'm like cleaning him.
You see Cooley, the fighter with the spear and the net,
Hmm.
standing like in a corner of the room, just watching.
Mm.
There's a bandage on their leg already
Oh,
from the
okay.
knife.
Cool.
You want to do a heal test on One-Eyed Jekyll?
Yeah, I figure if nothing else, this is just good practice for my suture skills.
Yeah.
I'd rather have these people as my guinea pigs than my own party members. Like, here you go. I spit in it. I'm just kidding. I got 3 success levels to my check.
So does that heal 7 or 8?
It's my intelligence bonus and success levels, right?
Yeah.
So 7.
All right. So he's like, wow, thanks. That was a great job.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for participating in my clinical trial.
Oh, wait. He wouldn't be able to understand you anyway.
Oh, because he doesn't speak Reichspiel.
Right.
Right. Oh, that's
But you're like, the way you
It's-
were like, hey, you
Yeah.
tell you he was just kind of like, okay. And he says
look
something.
at me. Obviously, I'm a doctor.
Obviously.
But yeah, he's like, oh, he gives you like a some kind of signal to say like, good job. Nods,
Like, give him a
smiles
thumbs
big.
up.
See, he's missing a couple teeth.
Okay. That put an end to that.
Oh, right.
No longer attractive. He's missing teeth.
What kind of like hand signals are universal among humans? Like if he's a Southlands, I couldn't make like the sign of the twin-tailed comet, right?
No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know anything about Sigmar.
I'll point to myself and I'll say, Bethen.
He points to himself and he says, Jekyll.
I point to his eye.
And he flips up his patch and winks at you with the eye. It's totally fine.
And it's a great tactic for fighting in the dark, by the way, because one eye is already just into the dark.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's swap it over.
He just does it to look more badass.
Yeah.
Even though he fights with a whip and daggers. He wears it to look more sexy because he has a whip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's working.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, Heinrik's good.
Is he? Is that how you would describe it?
Oh, I mean, I can't do anything else.
Oh, fair.
So I'm gonna go out to the merchants.
You're gonna leave him there?
I'm gonna leave him there just for a minute. It's fine.
It's fine.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like so
He's
the
had a
room
good
that
wake
he's
up.
in is like the kind of like the green room sort of thing at like a theater where it's like the waiting room before they go out to the thing.
Hang on a second. He's got the like language amulet thing, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna borrow that.
Okay. So you put that on.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now I can hear what everybody's saying.
Yeah. You can understand them.
Oh, cool. Cool. All right. I'm gonna go out to the stalls that were set up outside of the arena.
Or like in the market square?
Yep.
Okay.
Are they all still set up?
There are a few of them that are down at this point, but
Mhm.
most of the ones that you saw before are still up, like the ones we talked about.
Is the one that I'm looking for still set up?
Which one are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Skaven.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna approach him.
Okay. He like leans on he's got like a little like table in front of him. You see the wares are like on shelves behind and next to him, and he kind of steeples his fingers and he says, "How can I help you, manling?"
Before I left the arena, I put the hood of my cloak up.
Oh.
Good day. I'm looking for some things.
Of course, I figured that's why you're here.
I'm from the Empire. Are you familiar with different types of herbs and whatnot from the Empire?
I don't know what empire you're speaking of other than the Under Empire.
No, I'm from the Northern Empire.
Oh, that's why you're so pale.
Mm. Yes, and lots of study. No time for sun. Look, I'm looking for, in the Empire, we would call it Reynald's Delight. Do you have anything? Are you familiar with that term?
What's it do?
It's kind of like almost like a hallucinogenic kind of thing. It has addictive properties to it. I can't remember what all that passage said in the book when we were talking about it.
Right there. So this highly addictive stimulant.
Mm.
So you would know that it's made from sulfur, mercury, and the other elements that would make
Right.
it up.
So I need a composite of those three elements.
Oh, yeah, I have something like that. How much you want?
How much can I get with 2 silver?
2 silver. Maybe a drop.
Oh, come on. What do you have? What do you charge?
For a dose, it'll be a gold. Stuff's not cheap, not easy to make.
All right. You make it yourself or you have someone else who makes
I
it?
make it.
Okay. Are you always set up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually.
All right. I'll take 1 dose of that. What else? What else? What was the other one?
Spit.
Oh,
Yeah.
spit, but
Or
not literal
mandrake root.
spit.
So if you ask him about those other ones
hmm
in terms of like what it does and everything, he's like, yeah, those aren't cheap though.
Okay.
So he explained the mandrake root would be the equivalent of a gold and 4 silver,
Okay.
and the spit would be equivalent of 2 gold.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You're killing me here, man.
These things are not cheap.
Yeah. Can I try a haggle check?
Of course.
All right. Let's see. Woo! 1 success level.
I had 3 success levels.
Balls. Okay.
He's a pretty good haggler.
All right. That's fair. I'll take 1 dose of the spit and the equivalent of Reynald's Delight.
Looking
right.
to have a good time, huh?
Well, it's not for me.
Of course. It's never for the buyer.
What do you have? Do you have anything that actually heals, or are you just into like poisons and that sort of thing?
Heals. That sounds boring.
Well, it's boring, but it is my actual job, so.
I do have some things that can make the body hail.
And anything that would help with pain in the head. You don't have any affiliation with that stab, do you?
Oh. No, I know of him, but
Yeah. Where's he likely to be after a fight?
Probably in Under Karamba.
Yeah.
Down below.
All right.
Most you surface dwellers don't go down there. I do have some. He says some name and it describes it and just sounds like stalwart to you that can
Okay.
remove stun conditions.
I have stalwart.
Or the
don't I?
equivalent of vitality drafts that remove fatigue conditions.
I have stalwart, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, so you would know that you have that.
Okay.
You don't know that he's stunned now, but he might still be stunned when he wakes up.
Right. I'm just looking for something that's like gonna help with a headache, essentially.
Yeah, so probably a vitality draft to get rid
Okay.
of fatigued.
Yeah, I'll take a vitality draft then.
Let's see, those are that would be a gold
Okay.
equivalent.
All right.
You got money for all this?
Yes, I do. I can afford this.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna make Heinrich pay me for the vitality draft anyway. So whatever.
Price gouging the dead guy. Love it. Just pull it out of his pockets.
That's incredible. So I take my stuff and I pay him his money. And I hold it up and I was like, "The Dark Prince thanks you indeed."
Sure, the horned rat is happy to provide.
All right, I'll head back into the arena. I'll tuck my stuff, and when I get back, I'll take my hood off.
Mm.
And then I'm going to sit with Heinrich.
All right. So Liliana, you're watching like a hawk, right?
Yep. And it looks like nobody's going in or out of that doorway.
I'm gonna make a perception test.
There's that one. 1 success level.
All right, so as you're watching, you're told that you're not allowed in because you're not one of the contestants. Or you're just told you're not allowed in as
Yeah.
far as you can tell. They
There's
can't.
just a barring of the way.
Yeah. And as you are watching, you notice like some movement in the corner of the room there where like it's enshadowed. You feel like you may have caught sight of something. But you're not sure what.
And that's behind them
Yeah.
through the way.
Yeah. Like they're not letting you in, but they're not like shooing you away either. They don't really care that you're right there.
Yeah, Liliana knows better than to try and push her way through that. But it is a Skaven, and it is a rat, and they do live underground, and she knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way underground
From right here?
for that she can see?
Not that you can see right now, no.
No. I think she's gonna just wait till Gerty comes back.
Okay. So a few minutes later, Gerty, you said you're heading back to Liliana, right? After you talk to the other dwarves?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys meet back up.
Okay, so Motumba was all like, rat's disqualified. He forgot, don't try to kill people, but he's also like gone.
What?
He all disappeared. They were like, hey, we know where he is until we don't anymore. And they don't anymore. So they effectively say he's disqualified. Heinrich is, dead. So they have the other two people fight, and the ogre hit the guy with the sexy whip, and ogre champion.
I find you hilarious. Liliana does not. She does not find you funny right now. She's gonna turn around and try and get in again. She wants to go see Heinrich.
Oh, yes.
Yes, they have no idea what she's saying, but she's gonna be like blood flicker and like make all the gestures that relate to his fight to see if she can get through the doorway.
Yeah, they're visibly confused, and they're just like,
What are the guards?
Species. Obviously not halflings.
Just like pantomime head smash.
I mean, yeah, kicking cheese, the fighting, the flipping swords, the head punching.
We are friends of of a rapier. I'm very good at it.
and they're like, Shake their head and put their
No,
hand
we
out.
are no. Well, he doesn't have many friends at all. You're right. I get that, but we are his compatriots.
Can Liliana shout into the hallway, like shout for Bethen? Can Bethen hear it if she shouts into the...
Can I make a perception check to see if I hear?
Yeah. I was imagining that there were like 2 different areas for the fighters, and they kind of separated like.
Oh, so then I'd
there
be
were
on the
humans
other side.
and non-humans, so you would be on the opposite side of the arena. Yeah, we'll say it's set up that way. So like you're on the opposite side from Beth.
Okay, so Bethen's really all the way over there. and
Yeah,
I'm
she's
really
pretty
on the
far.
other side.
I percepted it anyway. I'm just saying. With one.
You percepted it through a lot of noise.
I was like,
Don't know if I believe you.
huh?
Okay,
They're in trouble.
I don't think they're gonna let us in because they have no idea how articulate we are. So,
So, Vicious, go. She's gonna send Vicious into the doorway.
oh yes, actually,
Vicious is gonna run in. Unless they stop the dog.
Vicious, go get Bethen.
No.
Oh,
She's sending Vicious in through the other side to
oh,
follow where the Skaven went.
oh,
You
this
know.
is a good plan.
She trained her dog well to not need overt gestures, hopefully, so. And then she's gonna be like, do they stop the dog? If they don't stop the dog, she's gonna have to go get her dog.
They're
she's
like,
just-
oh. What, you send Vicious just like go between their legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's gonna go after her dog.
All right. So they kind of turn to like try to grab the dog, but Vicious is gonna be. They weren't expecting that, and she gets through, and then you can chase after her.
Yes. So we're in. Good luck to you over there. Use your goat. Or you follow us?
Yeah, I'll try to.
All right, so you just run past too.
I'll be like, oh, the dog, yes. Come on, goat.
So you guys run in, and the guards are like, they're yelling in the other language. And
One moment, please. We get the dog. It's okay.
So Vicious takes off. So what did you you told her to sniff out rats, essentially?
Yeah.
So I assume you have some kind of signal for that, like find the rat kind of thing. So Vicious goes sniffing around real quick. You see Garrigan, they're lounging back, eating some stuff. He's the winner for the night, so he's getting kind of pampered. You see Ruck the orc in there, who's just sitting in the corner all mad. And then
I kind of took in my apron to the ogre and be like, yeah, you did a good job.
he's just kind of like, and then before too long, Vicious finds in another room there's like a curtain along the wall, and he's sniffing at the corner, like trying to pull the curtain to the side.
We'll use their staff with all the rats on it to actually move the curtain out of the way.
All right, and you see a hole in the wall that's like got like a tunnel leading down into
Knew it.
down below.
Asshole.
Yes.
That's how we get out.
Probably.
Seems like a storeroom for extra weapons and armor and things like that.
They probably have, basement, and basement's always filled with rats.
It's true. Basements always do have rats. It's a very true
I
fact.
mean, we were on a ship, and I was like, I didn't even know a ship had basement, but it did. And what was it filled with? It was rats.
That's very true.
So what can she see in this room? She does have, night vision?
So down the you can see the tunnel here is like a carved tunnel. It doesn't look like natural, but there's not like steps,
Mhm.
not stairs, but it's
something
leading down.
She's going in the tunnel.
Well, Liliana, I don't think that this is a very safe idea.
It smells like rats.
Hunting rats
Smells
has never been
familiar.
safe. That's okay.
But what about Heinrik and Bethen? Without us there to protect them,
They're
And
perfectly fine.
they will probably fall down a waterfall.
What waterfall? We're in like a vague desert right now.
Listen, okay.
Gerty was not dedicated to that argument.
No. She is professional. She knows better. I am not professional at rats.
Yeah, Liliana's making a bad life choice. She's going down the tunnel.
Yes, this is a bad idea.
Okay. So while this is happening, I assume while Bethen is out at the market.
Mhm.
So like I'll say when you guys start to go down is when Bethen comes back to the other place to be with Heinrik. So you go down this tunnel and it smells musty. You recognize this smell. It smells like rats and Skaven.
Are you coming?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave you behind. Vicious could get hurt.
Do dwarves have night vision?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys can see down here.
Do goats
just
have
fine.
night vision?
Huh?
Do goats have night
The
vision?
goat is terrified. The goat does
You're
not want to
bringing
go
the
down.
damn goat.
Well, I'm
What
not
else
going to
did you do?
leave it.
That's true.
Was the only goat in town to be able to be bought. It is a prized possession.
So you have to like pull the goat along.
Yes.
It's not happy about this.
Goats are very good at stairs too, I'm pretty sure. So it'll be good.
So there's no stairs here. They don't have to worry about that.
Oh, great. Yeah, he's fine.
Is the goat making a lot of noise?
Well, clicky clacky. It bleats here and there. I'm like, doesn't
Well,
want to do
Lily
this.
doesn't go very far before she gives up. She goes, "No, this isn't happening with a goat because it's giving up their location, and she's not okay with that."
Well, so like I get that, but rat people down here will be like, no, there's goat down here. Definitely not goat and rat professional. And dwarf,
And then they come to eat the goat, and we get overrun by the things we don't want to fight.
well, if you know anything about rat people, they smell food. They don't tell their friends. They want to be the first to the trough.
Yeah, but then they all come.
Oh, yes, that's fair. Yeah, we should go.
So you guys head down the tunnel.
Only if we can keep the goat from talking or making noise.
Well, you need to be very quiet, goat. This is the time to be quiet now.
Make like an animal care check,
Oh, gladly.
right? Yeah, animal training actually to keep it quiet.
Oh, that's stupid. You said the one and then I rolled it. It was a failure anyway, but it's fine.
So the goat's not like super loud, but here and there it's like, meh, like clearly.
Oh, God,
Scared.
shush, it's time. Oh. The children, they don't listen.
Accurate. So I'm gonna give you just a second here. I'm trying to set up a new scene. Wasn't sure if you guys would go to this place or not. Oh no, where's my fog?
Dude, where's my fog?
Right?
Dude, where's my car?
I don't have manage modules. Simple fog. Okay. There. All right. So I'm going to activate this new place you guys are in,
New place activated.
which Bethen just. Jeez, Rocco.
Wow.
What's this goats? Be
That's
quiet.
vicious.
You scared me.
Vicious kind tits, man.
That separately, Bethen just heard about this place as Under in Karamba. You guys don't know what you're getting into, but
That's accurate because it's all dark.
so I just revealed part of it.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, they have a market down here and a very large dog.
God, Vicious is huge.
Those icons are way too big.
It's the tiniest mini market ever.
tiniest
It's a
city.
market for ants.
Ah, that is way too small. Okay, so I need to make this way bigger.
That's what she
Whoops.
said.
Let's quadruple that. So we want to go say 9,000.
What? 9,000?
What's 1,500 times 4? 6,000?
Yes.
Let's see how that works.
Now there's nothing.
It's so tiny. It's
I bet that
there.
it moved it entirely.
It really did. Vicious, come back.
You can blame it on me.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Where'd Vicious go?
I don't know. You moved vicious.
Oh, much better. That's more what I was picturing. All right.
God, this map is now so big.
It's a very big
Where
underground.
are
It's
we?
under like the whole ground, not just part of it.
Right.
So I'm going to reveal an area here again. Now that we'll have
Oh, there we go.
size of things make more sense.
I love watching our little mouses,
Right.
our little dots like
Yes.
fly everywhere. It's like, what are they looking at?
So Gerty's down
Oh,
here.
wow. Look at how much more reasonably sized Vicious is.
Right? You know,
He's a reasonably sized but vicious dog.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys head down here and you hear like a murmuring of kind of a crowd of people. You hear maybe not quite music, but some other kind of sounds here. You hear like the knocking of like sounds kind of like it was on the ship of pipes and things. And you come out from the tunnel here, and this area is lit up a little bit with random lights around. You're not sure what is causing the light, and it looks like some kind of underground market. But all you see down here is Skaven. Different shapes and sizes. Some have lighter fur, some have black fur, some have brown fur, some have patchy fur.
Okay, that's more than Liliana thought she could bite off. She's not going to try and fight the entire marketplace. She's going to hunt something.
I mean, it's a target-rich environment, but these are merchants. Townspeople.
But are they?
Well, that one has a stand, and those other 6 have stands. Also, I think I see fruits and vegetables.
And you see Skaven that clearly look like they're of like slightly different cultures. You see a bunch wearing green robes. You see some wearing armor. You see some like marching with another one kind of thing. Like one's clearly in charge of the rest at the back, yelling at them as they go.
No signs of Skavens in black cloaks, looking shadily like they're running away.
No.
I'll be honest, Liliana, I believe the one that we are probably after would not be, buying produce right now.
I agree with you.
But this is also pretty cool.
No, it's really not. Like nothing about this.
I mean, think of it this way. So, like, how you have, like, say a goat, right? They have secret society under regular people town that they, like, buy, goat stuff and sell goat stuff to other goats. It's kind of cute how they have their little town.
No.
Okay.
No.
Some thinks it's cute, some thinks it's not. But we'll hear more about this town under the town next time. What's up next? Episode 23.
So meta, the town under the town.
It's the Undertown.
It's a town in a town.
Oh, you could write the story about this place under there and call it the Undertown.